Age of Vice by Deepti Kapoor, published by Little Brown. And this is a sweeping novel of family, of vice, that is set across India. And most of the novel is actually set in the early 21st century. So the book opens with a car accident, and Ajay is at the wheel. He seems to have had too much to drink, and he is driving a Mercedes, yet the people who arrive at the scene of the accident understand that he is not of the correct class to be driving that Mercedes. And so immediately there is almost a question mark over what has been going on. The book then goes into what one can only call a short novella of Ajay's early years. So he was growing up in the early 1990s and he was sold into servitude. And so he travels as part of a group of young boys up into, I think, the foothills of the Himalayas, and he learns how to observe, how to exist, and how to sort of just keep on the fringes of society while, you know, carrying out his work, his chores that he is doing for a new family. The new family has convinced him, and he's only young, don't forget, that the wages that they would normally pay to him, they're actually paying to his mum and his sister, who have been left behind after the death of his father. But, you know, we have a very strong sense that that is actually not the case. So already in those early pages, you have a real sense of concern for Ajay, and that he will make his way somehow in the world. We then roll forward to the early 21st century and we meet Sunny. And Sunny is the son of quite a powerful man in Delhi. And Sunny seems to be going off the rails. He's got a lot of money and, you know, he does drugs and alcohol. He then hooks up with a young woman called Nada, and we learn a lot about what is going on around them through the story of these two people. And, you know, if you've seen Succession, if you've seen The Sopranos, then it won't be any surprise to you to see that families that have a rigid hold over their children, but who are involved in gangland politics, vice, violence, that somehow it is very difficult for children to actually escape the clutches of these families, and they have to do the best they can for themselves, not necessarily for the people around them. And so this is a very interesting story. It's set in India. It is very redolent of India. You know, there's a lot of food, there's a lot of weather that you can understand as being part of this particular country. And I think it really does a really good service of bringing to life India in all its vicissitudes through a very poignant, sometimes hard to read story, but it's incredibly good writing, and I think it will attract a huge following. So I think if you're looking for a new book, Age of Vice by Deepti Kapoor, it will transport you to an India, but it's not the India of tourists, but it feels very real in the way she handles the story.